This is the new Mac Pro, and it's incredible.
I know that the new Mac Pro is a staggering monster of a machine that I wish I had a reason to pony up $10,000 for, and that the 2006 Mac Pro is a little more than a paperweight compared to anything more than a Raspberry Pi. So imagine my shock at being able to play the latest games on that 2006 system. Before I can get back to talking about 2020, I need to go back in time first. Not just to 2006, when the black turtleneck himself unveiled the Mac Pro, but back a little bit further to explain how this 14-year-old computer can still remain relevant today. You see, it all starts in a garage. Just messing with you. I'm not going to be that guy, except I am. There's something here that I think is relevant to my Mac Pro. The Apple II and its slots. Slots equals longevity. They mean you are covered no matter what batshit crazy thing you want your computer to do in the future that you had not anticipated.
Serious users want to customize, they want to modify, they want to jack it up.
In 2006, shortly after I moved to Australia, I bought my Mac Pro for doing TV work for a Canadian TV show. The machine served me well and actually lasted for a number of years. After some time, I felt kind of the need to upgrade, and also along came a brand new machine from Apple, a 2013 version of the Mac Pro. It's gotten a reputation and is kind of widely known as the trash can Mac Pro. But also this machine kind of marked a new era for Apple. This was the first time throughout Apple's entire history that they did not have a single computer that had internal expandability. I eventually did upgrade to the 2013 model, and because of that, I sold my 2006 Mac Pro. To me, the 2013 model it doesn't have the same charm that the 2006 model has, and obviously it doesn't have the expandability. So after a while, I kind of started missing my old computer, and then I rebought it. I actually found the exact one. It was in a store in a completely different state, so I had it shipped to me. And when it arrived, I was a little bit shocked. It had pretty extensive damage done to the outside. Since then, I've tried to see just how far I could take this system. I've done some pretty substantial upgrades. This particular Mac Pro is sporting dual Intel Xeon X5365s with 4 cores per, running at 3 GHz each. The RAM is maxed at 32 GB. The graphics card is an NVIDIA GTX 1080 with 8 GB of memory, and I also have installed a couple of solid-state drives. One of the best ways to test it would be to use a benchmarking software, for instance like Unigine Superposition. I've got this set to 1080p extreme settings. It gave a score of 3852. I don't know what that exactly means, how they calculate that, but what it means is this real-time scene was playing back at an average frame rate of about 28.81 frames per second. You do start to see a few stutters here and there. Compared to the best of the systems that runs a GTX 1080, it is lagging behind, but it's not lagging behind by a ton. So what does that mean in actual video games? Well, let's talk about esports games. Esports games like, Counter-Strike or Rocket League, these games are not really incredibly demanding, so they can have a smooth gaming experience. AAA adventure titles, like for instance The Witcher 3 or Shadow of Mordor or Tomb Raider, these are very playable games.
Gotcha.
First-person shooters like Crysis, and playing other first-person shooters like, say Doom, they also play great at max settings, and they just look gorgeous. So you look at this and go, okay, well, all the games, they play great. The system, it can play any game from the modern era. Well, that's not exactly true. Not all games play flawlessly. Games that lean very heavily on the CPU, the computer can sometimes hit a wall and just slow to a crawl, and you'll just get a few frames a second. I guess on the day that my 2006 Mac Pro can no longer play the games I want to play, what will I do? Well, I guess I'll purchase a 2019 Mac Pro. Those systems, which a lot of people kind of joke about them being, $10,000, they have one thing that Mac computers had not had since before 2013, and that's internal expandability.
So we're bringing PCI expansion back to the Mac in a big way.
8 slots, that's exactly how many slots the Apple II had, and I guess that's a parallel that just kind of makes me smile. I wonder if I can get green ASCII internet porn on that one.